Welcome to the Cairns Botanic Gardens Freshwater Lake Garden Audio Tour. The tour is marked by red numbered signs featuring the audio tour icon. These match the locations marked on the audio tour map. When you arrive at a numbered location, press play on your audio device for information on what you are looking at. Each section ends with the sound of a croaking frog. When you hear the frog, pause the audio and make your way to the next location. When you arrive, restart the audio from where you left off. Now make your way to the starting location for the tour. It is marked D1 on the audio tour map and is on the footbridge over the Freshwater Lake spillway. When you arrive, restart the audio.
Mangrove Nursery. From the bridge, you will see that a causeway has been built to create Freshwater Lake. On the saltwater creek side of the bridge, the tides, under the influence of the moon, gently rise and fall, except during the wet season when the creek becomes a turbulent torrent with large tides and monsoonal runoff. This is the home to one of Queensland's most dangerous and efficient predators, the saltwater crocodile. Here among the mangroves, they silently hunt barramundi and mud crabs. Mangroves are highly productive plants and support many consumers. In fact, it has been estimated that 75% of commercially caught fish and prawns in Australia depend on mangroves at some stage in their lives. Mangroves are nurseries for king prawns, barramundi, snapper, bream and mackerel. Small, non-commercial fish that use mangroves during their juvenile stages become food for larger species when they move out into the ocean. Some particularly tasty seafood, such as mud crabs, spend most of their lives in the mangroves. The mangroves also perform some less obvious functions. During the wet season, they filter sediment and nutrients from storm runoff, limiting damage to the sensitive corals of the Great Barrier Reef. During cyclones, low pressure can cause sea levels to rise, creating a storm surge of water onto the land. Mangroves buffer this influx of water, helping to reduce the impact of flooding and landslides.
A home for many. Freshwater Lake is a nutrient-rich habitat that supports abundant aquatic plant life such as water lilies. The white and pink water lilies grown here only bloom at night. Plants such as the native Lotus provide a habitat for many birds. Ducks, cormorants, kingfishers, egrets and magpie geese all find this a perfect environment for breeding and feeding. Beneath the water, eels, turtles and snakehead gudgeons are abundant. Gudgeons are bottom-dwelling fish that feed on small invertebrates. You might even see a turtle pop up among the lily pads if you stay quiet for a moment. Unfortunately, exotic fish have also found their way into these waters, and one such prolific breeder, the tilapia, is now competing with our native fish population. There is also a constant battle to control exotic weeds, including the highly invasive salvinia that flourish in our nutrient-rich fresh water.
Flanking Freshwater Lake. The surrounding habitat of Freshwater Lake showcases a very diverse collection of palms and native trees. Look for the red beech, also known as the golden guinea tree. Have a close look at the bark on this tree. It flakes and peels off to reveal a reddish underside that gives rise to its name, red beech. The flowers are bright yellow and when pollinated and mature, reopen to form a rich white fruit. This makes a striking feature against the glossy dark green of the mature leaves. You will find this tree in low-lying areas of our northern swamp forests. Atalaya, or cahoon palm, is a majestic and very useful native of the Amazon Valley. The palm's huge fronds are used for thatching and building material, and the trunk yields hard, durable timber. The seed is edible, however the nut is extremely hard and requires a very strong whack to open. Flowering once in a lifetime. As you walk around the lake, you will see several examples of a huge fan palm called the Kennedy palm. Take a look at one of the smaller samples. You will notice a vicious sawtooth edge to the palm frond where it connects to the trunk, certainly a deterrent for several palm climbing animals. This palm has the unfortunate characteristic of dying after it flowers, which might take 40 years of growth. When it does flower, its inflorescence, which is a stem of flowers, is one of the largest in the plant kingdom. When all these flowers are pollinated, they then produce thousands of fruits that are hungrily devoured by Torres Strait pigeons who migrate all the way to Cairns to breed. This palm occurs naturally on the floodplains of Cape York Peninsula. Here, the seeds are spread by the monsoonal floods and settle in the rich silt to germinate and continue their life cycle. Coconut lookout. Look towards the lake and you should see coconuts overhanging the lake and mature fruit floating on the water. Freshwater Lake is one of the few places in Cairns where you will see the actual mature coconuts allowed to remain and grow. They are removed in all other parks and gardens for safety reasons. Ouch! Here, the coconuts can fall safely into the water, as they would naturally do along the coast of tropical regions of the world. Coconuts can float for several months and then germinate when washed ashore. This has enabled the coconut palm to be widely distributed throughout the world. The coconut palm is also known as the tree of life, as it provides a regular food supply in many cultures. This is also a reason for its widespread popularity. This fruit can be consumed when the outer case is brown and mature, or when underripe and green, providing a refreshing drink before the delicious white flesh is revealed. Keep an eye out at our markets for the coconut man. The heart of most palms, including the coconut palm, can be eaten. Unfortunately, to harvest the heart, the palm must be cut down. This kills the palm if it is a single trunk species. This does not happen if the palm has multiple trunks, and certain species are cultivated for this purpose. The heart has a crunchy texture, and many palms have been given the name cabbage palm because of this. The heart is also used to make millionaire's salad. Why such a name? Well, maybe you have to be a millionaire to kill a palm tree just to make a salad.
A divine view. Looking out into the lake, you will see the Lotus lily pad standing high above the water. The lotus is one of the world's most celebrated flowers, being part of folklore and art in some form or another, and as a divine symbol in the religions of many Asian countries. The plant was cultivated in 12th century BC China and is still an important commercial crop in some parts of China today. In the warm months, the lotus will dominate parts of the lake, showing off its beautiful pink flowers. As well as being widespread in Asia, the lotus also occurs naturally in billabongs up in Cape York. Did you know that the seeds from the lotus plant are edible? The lotus nuts are a common ingredient in Chinese desserts and medicine. In South America, the nuts are eaten raw as a snack. Growing sideways. Now look for the nipa palm, another unique native that grows straight in the water. It is more commonly found in tropical saltwater estuaries and is the only palm that is sometimes considered a mangrove. This palm actually has a horizontal underground trunk, and only the fronds grow upwards. This gives the impression that the palm is slowly moving sideways as it grows. The huge round fruiting bodies hang low in the water, and when ripe will fall apart and float away. Not only does the seed float like a coconut, it is also edible. The immature seeds are coaxed open to reveal white, highly nutritious, jelly-like flesh. Like many palms, the flower stalk can be cut, and the rich, sugary sap collected and fermented to produce alcohol and vinegar. Fossilised nipa palm nuts dating back to the Eocene period 38 to 55 million years ago have been found in clay in London, indicating that England once enjoyed a much warmer climate than it does today. Bird City. Freshwater Lake and the surrounding habitat provide a great place for birds to successfully live and breed. This is an internationally renowned birdwatching location, where about 150 species have been observed, including several rare and endangered birds. A complete list is available at the Visitor Centre and includes wader birds, predator birds, shallow and deep divers, small honeyeaters and large noisy parrots. Some of the birds you see here migrate between New Guinea and Australia in sync with the wet and dry seasons. The lake is particularly popular during the dry, when inland waterways evaporate. Around November, at the end of the dry season, keep an eye out for the black-necked stork, also referred to as the jabiru. They are distinctive with long red legs, white body, black wings, and a glossy bluish-black iridescent neck and head. If you are lucky, you might see their courtship dance, as they step to and from each other, fluttering their large wings and clattering their bills. When you're ready, proceed to the footpath along Greenslopes Road and cross the bridge to Saltwater Lake. Your next tour begins here. We hope you have enjoyed your botanic wander. This completes your walk around the Freshwater Lake. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the evolution of our plant life and what makes our habitat unique and worth conserving. In front of you are the saltwater lakes. Or explore Flecker Garden with the evolutionary Gondwanan Heritage Garden or the Rainforest Boardwalk. There's plenty more to learn at the Cairns Botanic Gardens Visitor Centre. You can wander down to the Tanks Arts Centre to see what's on, and don't forget the monthly Sunday markets. If you are continuing on, stop for a well-earned coffee break at the cafe before you continue exploring. Or if you are leaving us here, thank you for visiting our beautiful gardens, and we hope to welcome you back again soon.